Even at a young age, I can remember having conversations with friends about God and things like that, and the typical questions that come up, why are we here, where are we going, all that sort of thing. And I don't know if I was even able to hear answers. I didn't feel like another man could tell me who God is or what he is. And so there was a mistrust there. I had to find him myself. I felt like I was going insane, but at the same time I thought, maybe that's what I'm supposed to do, is just be the craziest, least compassionate person. And most of the men in my family were either in prison or heading that way, and I remember vividly my mom just telling us, like it was the evening news, hey, your cousin killed his mother. But I think it kind of made us boys in the family in particular more numb, more callous to things. We were constantly outdoing each other with who was tougher, who was the most callous, and that was kind of what was expected. You learn not to show emotion. I could see compassion in other people. I could see love, smiles, and all these things, and they were out of reach for me. Things really got wicked. That was when I was struggling the most with God. Just lost, panicked, without hope, all the time. I started experimenting with different drugs, but some of those drugs would make me think about good and evil even more, and so I couldn't even enjoy drugs like everybody else was, and started getting into more serious crime, started breaking into cars, and then that led into homes and businesses and other things like that. We started getting into heavier things with everything from debt collection to strong arm robbery, home invasion sort of thing. There was quite a bit of violence, basically on a robbing spree across the country. We wanted to go out like Billy the Kid. So we got arrested in New Mexico, had 13A felonies, locked up for about 1.5 years. And this whole time especially when I got locked up, it was a real low in my life. And I don't mean because I'm in jail, but I was forced to think about good and evil more because I couldn't escape from it. Fast forward a little bit, got out of jail, got right back into the same old lifestyle. So one night, partying all night, the strip clubs. I was on, I don't know how much ecstasy at the time. I came home alone. I sat at the table and started thinking about God. Who is he? Why am I here? Where am I going? We're floating around on this planet and everybody's happy, just living their lives, paying their mortgages, and it seems like nobody's giving a thought to why this is all here. And it occurred to me, I always had this fear of Christ, because I'd love to talk to Christians too and try to embarrass them in their faith. Even when I would talk to those Christians, this kind of gut feeling would come. And so when I was sitting there, why do I have that fear? I don't know why, but it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I remember calling out to Jesus sitting on the table saying, God, there's a war, and there's no middle ground. I'm either on the bad team or the good team. And I've been on the bad team, and you know, the little things I've heard people say and on the radio and different things about who Jesus is and what he is, you know, the love and compassion and the things that I did not possess. I said, God, if that's what you are, come into my life. I'll give you everything. You can have my free will. Take it. I don't want it anymore. I want to serve you. Put me on your front lines. I'll do anything you want to do. And I had a Bible that I think somebody mailed me in jail. I didn't even open. I went and got the Bible, knowing nothing about Christianity other than things I've heard throughout the years. And I remember I read all the way through Numbers, sitting there. And the whole time I was reading it, things were coming to light that I've never known before. I didn't realize this was it, and I having this epiphany that this Christ guy might be real. Woke up and the feeling was still there. Drugs were gone, but this new feeling was there. And I say feelings for lack of a better word, but I really felt different. Like the weight is off my shoulders. Like it's gone. I don't have this burden. So I still had criminal dealings at the time, up until this very point. And so that following day, I actually had a big job that was planned out to go do. And I remember driving, stopping at the gas station first, and getting out. And it was the first time in public since I've talked to God. And I remember going to the gas station, and for the first time, I remember seeing this lady that I would before that conversation with God, she would have been just some tramp. But for the first time in my life, I actually seen pain in this woman. It freaked me out. I didn't buy anything. I walked back out because that was the realest thing for me, that God is who he says he is. Because I know with everything that was in me, I did not possess that heart to care about that lady before. It wasn't in me. I seen it in other people. I was envious of it. And then I learned to embrace not having it. Thought that was really tough. God gave me that heart that I didn't have before. So that's how I know God's real in my own life. I remember I had to meet those guys because of that job we planned, and as soon as I got out of the truck, they were, I don't know if I was a mess from the night before or it was the glory of God shining in me or whatever, but they knew it as soon as they seen it. And I remember telling them, I was like, man, you're not gonna believe this. I don't care if you laugh at me, but I'm saved, man. I prayed to Jesus last night, and he's real. He's real, man. Like these Christians you see and stuff like that, they really believe in him. It's not a joke. Like it's it's really God. And I was talking to a wall. You know, they laughed and whatever, and they went and did the job, and it was actually it was a setup. Everybody went to prison. I'm Casey Bauer, and I've been saved by grace.